Hey guys, and welcome to another video on the Crypto Geek channel. Today we are talking and answering one of the most important questions. What is going to be happening to XRP's price, especially after this XRP Telephony Conference between Ripple and the SEC, which is going to be happening on August 31st. I will be live streaming it as well, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and of course subscribe to my channel if you are brand new. Quick disclaimer as well, I'm not a financial or legal advisor, and let's jump right into the content. A quick summary of what the Telephony Conference is going to be about. In short, we are going to know XRP's trades within the SEC. Who bought XRP, who sold XRP. This is what this whole Telephony Conference is going to be basically based around, and it's mostly going to be in forms of documents. We're going to get a lot of the inside documents, or we hope we're going to get them, because in the previous Telephony Conference where we won the internal memos, we won internal documents as well, but we didn't receive any of them. And of course, if this happens again, we're really going nowhere with any of these internal document, wins. But for now, this is going to be a very important aspect, because if SEC officials buy into or had bought into XRP during the time frame that they're now claiming it's a security, well, there's something fishy going on. Going back to the main question, how much will the price impact after this telephonic conference? Well, this telephonic conference is going to determine the result of the fair notice events, or a big chunk of it, since most of the evidence is going to be able to get obtained from this conference. Now, for Ripple wins, we are going to see a bunch of documents able to support the claim of the fair notice event. While if the SEC wins, we're going to see, number one, Ripple not be able to use all those internal documents, and the claims that would have made things look a lot better, which is, there could have been a possibility that, SEC officials bought the dip back then once they stated, during the time frame that it was claimed to be a security. So it would have just topped everything off, been the cherry on top for Ripple. Now you're not going to be able to have. And so this is why I suspect we will see a pump. Now, of course, things will change as the market changes. If Bitcoin goes down significantly, then you're going to see XRP go down. But maybe if we get a win, it is going to be significantly less than what it would have. While maybe if Bitcoin goes up in value, we're going to see a pump that is bigger than expected. Now, let's go back to this article, and something that really I wanted to go over was the resistance at the moment. So looking ahead, the immediate resistance is at $1.25. And if we go right here, currently we are at $1.15. I think the resistance right now, the closest one, and let me shift out here a bit. Yeah, 120, we are kind of building a resistance as well. So the closest one, in my opinion, is going to be that 120, 121 range there. Then our immediate resistance after that is going to be 125. Subsequently, you're going to have $1.28 will come to play. In case of an extended rally, you're going to have a $1.36 and $1.40. Those are going to be the next levels to reach for. However, in the case of a downtrend, support is at $1.10, further at $1, and if it fails to hold at $1.10 and $1, then you're going to have support at 0.92 and 0.85. And those will come into play, of course, if we drop below the dollar range. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but XRP had a 142% increase. And this was in a very short period of time. And as you guys can see here, it says during last month's rally, XRP was up 142% as prices quickly jumped from 50 cents to $1.20 before developing a broad adjustment with a 14.5% decline seen between August 16th and August 17th. At the time of writing, however, XRP has lost 1.73% in the last 24 hours to $1.10. It has actually recovered now and is currently $1.15. We also have to understand that fact discovery is coming to a close end, and this is how you are able to attract a lot more investors to the market, especially since fact discovery is going to be finishing off. Then we'll have to jump into expert discovery. There was a bit of an extension of 3 weeks, which, it's annoying to see these extensions happen, but whatever, better late than never. Hopefully we'll get, through that. Kind of extended now to November 13th, which is, like I said, only 3 weeks. We can wait it, and hopefully then we will see the end result of this whole lawsuit. But expert discovery should be starting very, very soon. And this is very, I gotta say, enjoyable, exciting. We're going to go into the second aspect of this lawsuit, and then we'll be closer to the end. Alright guys, now before I jump into the next thing, let's go over a bit of the upcoming dates for the SEC vs. Ripple case. And in this case, there's also Brett Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. So the first thing is obviously the Telephony Conference, which is going to take place on August 31st. It's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to be live streaming. This is going to officially as well mark the end of Discovery deadline. And as you guys can see here, it says, so the only exception is going to be that the parties may conduct the deposition of Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson after the case close of August 31st. But the official Discovery deadline is August 31st, so that's amazing. On September 3rd, you're going to have the SEC's response to the Ripple defendants' motion. So to compel the SEC to produce pre-clearance trading documents showing whether SEC employees were permitted to trade XRP and whether other digital assets is due. Then you're also going to have expert discovery deadline, which is the deadline to conduct expert discovery is extended to November 12th. So this is actually the motion that I was discussing to you guys before, in regards to the documents between, Ripple, XRP's buying and selling within SEC employees and SEC officials. If we can get this motion and the Telephony Conference, which is going to be really pushing towards, is it Ether and XRP linked together, and can this claim be used? We get this on top as well. This will just top everything off with a nice cherry. So it says Ripple defendants file a motion to compel the SEC to produce documents showing whether SEC employees were permitted to trade XRP and other digital assets. The court has given the SEC until September 3rd to respond to Ripple defendants' motion to compel regarding whether SEC employees were permitted to trade XRP and other digital assets. It was a text-only order, docket order, meaning no separate written order was filed. So somebody actually says, what will happen when the SEC ignores the deadline for internal documents regarding this, were officials permitted to buy XRP or trade XRP or any digital asset? So they're asking, what will happen when the SEC ignores the deadline? As far as the SEC provided 0 documents the judge ordered, and nothing has happened to the SEC, not even a verbal warning. I'm not a lawyer, and I wonder what will happen to an average citizen who ignores a judge order. Somebody else said, sanction how? And what will happen when they ignore this sanction? Because Redbeer says, I understand that Brink could sanction the SEC if they ignore it. Basically a fine. She might as well shake her finger at them. My point of view is that you're not able to sanction or give any type of fine before you give a warning. And so since Judge Netburn didn't even give a warning, we are highly not suspecting anything to really happen to the SEC in regards to sanctions or fines or anything in that regard. I said in the past, or not me, Crypto Senior said in the past, there's a chance of a dismissal. Well, the issue now that we're seeing is that the more and more this case goes on, the more we're kind of seeing the judge, allow extensions for SEC. Ignore whether the SEC gives documents or not. She just puts the order out there, and whether they do it or not. We've seen Ripple come to the Judge Netburn multiple times and, to ask Judge Netburn and tell her, Judge, we haven't gotten the documents. And we've kind of seen the idea that Judge Netburn says, resolve it between yourself. I already put out the order. And this is what I was kind of discussing, even for this document specifically. Whether it gets accepted or not, the big aspect of this and the bigger picture is whether the SEC is actually going to hand it over or not. So even if Judge Netburn says, yeah, okay, I order you to hand it over, the SEC normally doesn't really listen, and this is what they've been doing even for internal memos. They haven't handed anything over, even though everything has been ordered multiple times. And so, like I said, as much as I'm excited to see, Ripple win this, I just don't believe they're going to actually be given the documents, because it will literally play against the SEC and it will switch the case exactly the same way. Internal memos are going to switch the case. Now, there's only one way that I believe we're going to get the internal memos, not this, but the internal memos, is if the fair notice defense gets canceled out, kind of, because then you can't use the claim Ethereum is like XRP, because that's what the whole fair notice defense is arguing about. If Ripple loses that, then Ripple can't say, okay, we're like Ethereum as a point against the SEC. And I believe in those internal memos, there is a document or a paper in there or a note that the SEC wrote that links and says XRP and Ethereum are similar. So I believe they're not going to hand it over unless they see that Ripple loses the fair notice defense, and then the documents carry zero value whatsoever for Ripple, and okay, yeah, Ripple now will hand it over since the judge ordered it. At least this is what I think. Please share your support, guys, by following me on Twitter. I constantly am posting there. Subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys smash the like button. The YouTube algorithm has not been working on my side right now, so show your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.